more vertical areas that you can interact with. Right now we're looking at a cool kind of mechanic that has you kind of hunting around the area looking for lost artifacts.
So is that what a shard is? Is
yeah,
that shard spotted?
Yeah.
All right,
in
cool.
fact, bad guys have kind of been here ahead of us and started setting these up in these like clandestine locations. So you're taking advantage almost of the bad guy tech, though I don't think we're going to talk too much about the bad guys.
Yeah. So what's my incentive to go and explore, like, you know, on these hills? Like, well, why am I going? Like, why should I deviate off the path on my quest to go where I'm going next?
So the thing we wanted to make sure is that when you're out in the world, that it's all purposeful. So ultimately, everything you're doing is either designed to strengthen you and your party, so you're getting crafting materials to build better weapons, better armor, or you're doing things that actually strengthen the Inquisition. You're doing things like closing fade rifts, which increases the renown and the reach of the Inquisition. You're helping citizens or freeing people that can actually come and reinforce your Inquisition. That's really one of the core tenets of Dragon Age Inquisition, is that you're the leader of an organization. This allows you to do things you couldn't do as an individual.
Right. So what are the benefits to me for like making my Inquisition like more influential, stronger? Like what impact does that have on the game?
There's a few really key benefits. The first one is that it's really the mechanic by which you decide where the story goes next.
Right.
Rather than like, oh, the story will go here, then here, then here. Like, you know, it's kind of like our older games. The story rewarded you with more story.
Right.
We wanted to break that up and say, look. We're setting a goal for you. You want to lay siege to this fortress, or you want to, you know, get your way into this fancy Orlesian ball. Well, you need to be influential enough to kind of maneuver the politics, or to build up your siege weapon, that kind of stuff. And so, adventuring now kind of earns you a currency of power that you can then choose how you spend and what objective you want to pursue next.
That's great. It's not battle power; it's politics also, and becoming influential there. That's
Absolutely.
amazing. So, yeah, this horse. I mean. Are horses the only thing you can ride? Are there any other mounts?
So we definitely have a multitude of different mounts, not just horses. Things like lizardy creatures and that sort of thing. You collect them in the world, and yeah, they'll give you different perks as you're riding around the space.
Yeah, and really the horse is there to get you through spaces you've been through before. One of the things we aren't doing is scaling enemy creatures or anything like that. They're not like, oh, it suddenly gets way tougher. When you come back to a space, if it was relatively easy, then it will still be so. More likely, though, is that you'll have been there, established camps, started influencing the area. You'll start seeing your banners flying and your men patrolling the roads rather than it just being like a static locale.
So conversely, I could like venture somewhere and face something like incredibly strong, like I'm not ready for this, I'm going to try anyway and get my ass kicked.
Speaking of something incredibly strong, here's one.
Oh, is that a dragon we see?
That was a completely non-timed, non-technical.
Oh,
well done. Well done. You just led me right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've reworked dragons from the ground up. It's in the name, so we thought it would be worthwhile. The big thing is now, rather than targeting just a dragon like a giant circle, you now actually target individual limbs, and they're so big you can get into them, under them, fight through, pin them down. And one thing you'll see in this fight is, as it progresses, we're actually going to damage one of the limbs, and the dragon will start limping. And as it lands, it'll fall over, meaning you can pin it down, really go to town with your
Could I, like, you know, knock off like a wing, or like hurt the wing so it doesn't like kind of fly above me? That's really cool.
That's right. Yeah, you can really target the individual parts to your advantage.
Yeah, and a big part of that is really the teamwork, right? So I mean, we're going for that same feel you get when you team up to take down a big creature in an online game, that kind of thing. But again. The party's always been the heart of DA games. So the mages have their own set of skills. In fact, we have 200 spells and talents for you to pick from. So you can build basically any character into any role.
That's way more than previous Dragon Age games, right? I mean, not surprised.
There's a lot more upgrades, talent trees, you name it.
And so, just to be clear, this is still like, you know, like a single player like adventure, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Right.
So,
cool.
So you control all of these characters, and a little further on, we'll get into kind of the tactical view and showcase that.
Right.
But you'll notice here we're switching between different characters you control. So that lets you, you know, say, okay, I'm going to move to my archer, I'm going to do this. You can do that all in real time, or as we'll show later, in pause.
That's very cool. So
that's down on a leg.
Poor how many dragons? Like, how many different dragons are there? Can you tell me, or is like, are there like a wide variety? Or
there's different types, different breeds. They look different. They're all in different areas. They're all basically apex predators, so they're really tough encounters. They're basically designed for endgame, but they drop incredible loot and crafting materials. And with dragon stuff, you can kind of make the best stuff in the game.
Oh, that's so. If I encounter a dragon, can I get away, or am I just like stuck?
You can.
I can't.
At any time you can disengage.
Yeah, we really want to make sure, because the game isn't auto balancing to you. You want to make sure that if you're engaging into a combat that you aren't ready for, that you can get the hell out of there.
Very cool. How about the save system? Can I like save whenever I want? Can I like see spot dragon, save it, go encounter, like, all right, well, let me. I mean, I might not even need to do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can save anywhere. Pretty true to the games we've had previously.
Yeah, chat's going wild, by the way. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
So here we're actually a little bit further on. We're actually in Redcliffe Castle. You can see the Fade Rift, which is basically the thing that's threatening the world there up in the sky. The world of demons kind of leaking into this part of the world.
Yeah. And how does the Inquisition play into that? Is Inquisition trying to like do like a power play, like take care of this and then like take over everything? Like what's the? Can you tell me a little bit more about like the starting story?
Yeah, well, the Inquisition is actually founded kind of in opposition to everyone's wishes.
Right.
There's a lot of groups that see this giant cataclysm happen, and their response is to go, well, we need to make a decision and form a committee to have it. They don't do anything. And so when we sat down to build Inquisition, one of the things we talked about with the team is, what if instead of like joining the rebels or joining the Jedi, what if you started it? Right? What if you were the beginning of that? So you were there from day one and you kind of grew your own kind of power and grew into the role of Inquisitor. So the thing that makes you kind of special in the game is you have this mark on your hand. You don't know why it's there. That's one of the key mysteries. And with it, you can close these rifts that open up around the world. It's part of the reason people like look to you as a savior.
Ah.
Yeah.
So,
conversation. Now, I wanted to talk about this.
Go for it.
People have been looking for this forever. Hey, can we finally see a female Kenari in game? This is the first appearance, basically ever.
Yeah. Sexy.
And she's got awesome horns and tattoos and everything. Yeah. Again, you can customize. There's 4 races, 2 genders. You actually have 2 different voices per gender now. It's going to be your character.
Voice acting seems really nice so far.
Yeah, we're
Oh, this guy looks so sad.
Yeah, well, that was his
son.
Oh,
wow. Yep. All right, that would make me upset. Yeah.
He's a little pissed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously that was Liliana. We are going to have some returning characters. We've announced Morgan already.
Yep. Colin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who is very divisive. You love him or you hate him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's some other cameos that maybe we're not speaking of now, like will we run into any Grey Wardens?
There's a non-zero chance of that.
Yes.
All right.
So in this fight, you can see a little bit of the tactics just while we had it on screen there. With the pause and play, you're able to basically move the camera up. But the thing isn't a fixed angle. You can bring it down, zoom around the action. You can look at how it's playing out, and you get some amazing screenshots. Amazing. So you get it real time. And the nice part is that at any moment you can resume time without changing the mode or losing your camera perspective. So it's the same thing as pause and unpause, but we haven't done this on the other platforms other than PC in the past.
So that's great. Now this, and I'm sure you guys put a lot of love into making sure it's easy on the other platforms or on the consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah. The controls are really custom for each of the platforms. So
the PC feels a lot more mouse and keyboard. Yeah. It's a controller. Though PC players can use the controller if they want to, which is something we again haven't done.
All right. Awesome. So
fans, Iron Bull has a face. Everyone thought he was going to be our tally. You'd never see his face. He'd always be facing away from you.
Now he's got a face.
Yeah, like Creepy Watson or something. This scene's kind of fun here.
All right.
Fun
in a dark way.
That's my favorite kind of fun.
Shielded by flame.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw someone ask, can we customize our followers' looks with armor? Yeah, you can. You can actually swap armor in and out for them. They'll change. Bull's actually wearing like a set of plate mail that isn't from when he started in the demo.
Yeah. So how wide is the variety of, let's say, like armor and weapons?
Pretty big. You can craft them yourself.
Oh, hot.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a pretty wide variety. With weapons, you can swap out the hilt,